welcome in to the rundown here on Friday. I'm Rob Sanders. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. What do we got planned for today? I thought we may go on Jackpot Tracker, see where he's at. Jackpot's roaming around somewhere, I'm sure, as he makes his way to the state of Alabama. As the South Carolina Gamecocks are on the road, they will play Alabama tomorrow at high noon on the East Coast here in their time zone. They're like 11 o'clock in the morning, so there's that. Notes on that game, I got some for you here. First of all, if we look at the overall series here, Alabama kind of leads the way with that stuff. Mike Muse is texting me during the middle of the show. Anyway, we'll have to answer Mike Muse here. Anyway, so we'll talk about that a little bit. South Carolina and there, it's an uphill battle. Let's just be honest here. If we're going to on a South Carolina win is far-fetched, but you know what? Alabama may not have their shit together. Who knows? They played each other 15 times. Of those 15 times, Alabama has won 11 of them. So there is that. Someone asked if Kirby Smart's leaving for the Jets. Kirby likes to win. I can't speak for Kirby Smart, but Kirby likes to win. The Jets don't fucking do that. So I don't see him going there, period. He also wouldn't put up with Aaron Rodgers and his smart ass mouth. And I love Aaron Rodgers, but someone needs to explain to Aaron Rodgers that you're old as fuck now. And your big thing that you had of being able to be mobile and move around and change where the pocket is and all that, you're too fucking old now and you can't do that. So stop it. I don't think he's going anywhere. But that's just me. Let's see here. We look at the full games list for them here. South Carolina won in 2010. They won 2004 in Tuscaloosa, beat Alabama 20-3. And I'm not mocking you there, Dion's missing toe. Great screen name there. In my opinion, and Georgia fans, you guys could sound off on this too. Kirby Smart, I think, likes to win. And he's the kind of college coach I don't think that would get along in the NFL, but that's just me. He may go and be a great coach. Who knows at this point? Anyway, South Carolina also won in 2001 in Columbia, 37-36. They won in 1993, 17-6. Alabama did, but Alabama forfeited that game. Yeah. So there's that. South Carolina has a tough out tomorrow. Let's just leave it at that. Jackpot's going down there. You want to talk about somebody who would lose his shit. If he goes down there and they roll, I don't know, something happens and they beat Alabama, you'll see every tooth in that fool's head. Tom with a valid comment here. Kirby needs to send Mike Bobo to the Jets. Yes. Yes. There's that. So we'll look at, I think we did SEC, ACC yesterday. We did the top 25. Let's look at games tonight. I'll put the link over here if you guys want to join the program, by the way. There's the link for the program here if you want to join us today. Let's see what we got here. All right, by the way, baseball tonight, 8 o'clock. I know some of you don't like baseball, but huge matchup tonight with the Dodgers and Padres. Yep, that's going to be fun. That's definitely going to be fun tonight to see who goes to the NLCS against the fucking Mets. Yeah. All right. Anyway, so there's that. Some score. Let's see here. Games tonight. Let's look at these because there are a couple of games tonight. You've got. Hey, thank you, Austin. Hopefully, we don't offend your folks at work there with some of the stuff that we say here. You can go to College Park, Maryland tonight for $5 and watch Northwestern and Maryland play. That game will be on FS1 tonight if you're into that. Maryland's a 10.5-point favorite over the Smart Kids. I'm probably rolling with the Smart Kids. UNLV, 4-1, 1-0 in the Mountain West, will play Utah State, who is winless in Mountain West play. UNLV is a 19-point favorite. We've also got Utah at Arizona State. That's the nightcap tonight. Get tickets for $28 for that game. So, yeah, there's that. Utah is a 5.5-point favorite over the Sun Devils. Scatabo, the running back for Arizona State. He's one of those guys that's like you like watching him play because he's not scared of contact and he gets you tough yards. Okay? He's the one true running back in the country besides the Boise State kid who will play tomorrow night. I'll give you an interesting stat on him in a second, but the Scatabo kid, if it is 3rd and 2 and you need 2 yards, that guy's going to get you 2 fucking yards. I mean, I know that sounds like it's trivial, but he's going to get you 2 yards. They could stack the hell out of the box. He's going to get you 2 yards. He's that kind of running back. So there's that. Also, the young man from Boise State, which I want to make sure I pronounce his name correctly. It's Genty, 95 carries, 1,031 yards, 16 touchdowns. Here's the thing with this kid. All of that sounds great. I'm going to give you a stat that I had to go back and check myself because I didn't believe it. This fool averages, 7 yards a carry with 8 men in the box. Yes, 7 yards a carry with 8 men in the box. So I went and looked this kid up. Here's the big thing with this kid. This kid is a 2-star. He's a 2-star on Rivals prospect from Texas. This guy made it out of Texas and went to Boise State. But he averages 7 yards a carry when there's 8 men in the box. For us people that are like fucking tape heads that watch games that not just because we're fans, but because we like the idea of, oh, wow, this looks crazy. Or this is cool. I like the chess match part of it. Yeah. 7 yards a carry, 8 men in the box. Jackpot's out there somewhere. I don't know where he's at. He's on the way to Alabama. So there's that. I thought I'd give you guys some of my lead pipe locks. I think that's what I'm going to call them. These are my games that I plan on betting. I like Clemson tomorrow. Will asked me, we'll do Will's question first before I get into that. South Carolina's remaining SEC scheduled games, do I think they have the best chance of winning? I think that if I was rating them from easiest to hardest, I would go Vanderbilt, Mizzou, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, and that's it. So Joker says all of them. I don't know, man. Look, if we're going to be real, you got to figure out what's going on with your offense because it's the shits. It's the shits. Anyway, no, it's allergies there, Fireball. I should smoke weed. It might make me a better person. Huh. Kind of funny that Texas A&M's 3-0 in conference play. Who would have saw that coming? Texas A&M has 0 losses. Georgia has a loss. Mizzou has a loss. Alabama has a loss. Oklahoma's got a loss. But Texas and Texas A&M have 0 SEC losses. Who saw that coming? Austin asked, do you see Florida winning or Tennessee losing? If you know the history of the series, you know that's not the same question. Look, I think I kind of went over this the other day, but just to make sure that people understand completely where I'm at here. I think Tennessee has I think it's the best team they've had under Heupel. Okay. On the other hand, he's made some dumb coaching decisions. And I think that Tennessee fans would probably agree with me if they didn't think that I was just like, fuck the Vols over and over and over again. I will say this, though. When I look at the trajectory of the season, Florida's kind of on the up a little bit because no one really gave them any shot of doing anything. And it was like, hey, Napier's getting fired. You know what I'm saying? And we kind of just put them to bed as, well, fuck those guys. But if you look at the Florida Gators here, I think after they had the loss to A&M, and people were like, oh, wow, they lost to A&M. They have 2 losses on the season. All right. The 2 losses are to Miami, who is pretty good. A pretty good Miami team. And Texas A&M, who's 3-0 in conference play. Just saying. Sam says the best team Tennessee had under Heupel was 2 years ago with Hendon Hooker. No. That team's defense was the shits. I mean, let's just be honest. They did not have a good defense. This team can match them as far as defensively. So, anyway, when I look at this, though, they play at Tennessee. It's a 7:00 game up there in Knoxville. I don't know if Tennessee's going to go into dark mode or whatever the hell it is up there. I don't know. Okay. What I do know is that the Florida offense has been playing a lot better. And if we look at the team stats here, which I will bring up right now, team stats. Going with the regular uniforms. Oh, thank you for that. All right, so let's see here. So the Florida offense through 5 games. Now, they only played 5. A lot of these other teams have played 6 that are ahead of them. There's 3 of them that are ahead of them that have played 6 games. So it's kind of weighted a little bit. But in yards per game, they're averaging 400 yards a game, right at it, 411 yards a game, which is like middle of the conference. It really is. Hold on a second. Let me take this call. That's my mother-in-law asking me if I had my dogs. She's worried that my dogs are outside because she says the dog catcher's out, which is kind of funny. Anyway, so here's the thing, though. If we look at Tennessee, though, their offense has been a lot better, but suspect, to say the least. As far as defense goes, Tennessee leads the conference, 227 yards a game. Florida is near the bottom. Only one team is gives up more yards per game than Florida, and that is Mississippi State. They are terrible. But it seems that Florida has been playing a little better. Now, can they go into Knoxville and win? I mean, yeah. I mean, we've seen where teams have been the shits and have won games that they shouldn't have won. On paper, Arkansas is not a better football team than Tennessee is. We don't have to argue that. It's just facts. Arkansas has a shittier coaching staff. Arkansas's quarterback didn't come in as highly touted as Nico did. I think I'd take the Tennessee receivers over the Arkansas receivers. On the defensive side of the ball, Arkansas ran a bunch of transfers out there. So there's that. Now, here's the crazy thing, though. Could they go in there and win? Yeah. Yeah. But if they do, it changes the trajectory of both programs, because this would give Florida a win over a top 10 team. And there's going to be people that are going to say, look, this guy Napier, yeah, he's kind of been the shits, but you know what? He doesn't lose to Tennessee in Gainesville. And he went up to their house and beat them there. And then Heupel, if he loses, what are the fans going to say to him? Because the stuff that I've said about, you can't win a national title with that kind of offense. It's a gimmick. It's never going to work. There's going to be Tennessee fans that are going to say, you know what? Maybe that dumb motherfucker with the Clemson orange hat on has some common sense here. Maybe we should stop sucking that volunteer penis and listen a little bit. I guarantee you, if that happens and you can't beat the highway patrolman, as far as what Jackpot calls him, there are going to be Tennessee fans that are going to be like, what in the blue hell is going on here? Seriously. And I know that some of you are going to be like, oh, it's just one game. It's one game. No, it's not. It's really not. If you want to be in the upper echelon of the SEC, this game on Saturday, you need to win by 17 points. Yeah, you do. You're playing a lame duck coach at night in your house. This fucking coach is going to be fired in 7 weeks. He comes in there and beats you. You need to reevaluate your entire fucking program, because that's not just one game. You have culture problems then. And this whole Heupel experience could go to shit. That's how important this game is on Saturday night. Now, if you didn't lose last week, you could kind of get away from it a little bit. Okay, Florida comes in here. They're playing blah, blah, blah. But you lost last week. And the way that you lost was shitty. I mean, shitty. There are Tennessee fans that think that I'm going to roll them just whatever the fuck they do. No, I think I've been fair with Tennessee. I really have. Okay? But having the mental aspect of college on as far as when you're playing football is very important. And right now, Tennessee's mental aspect just seems soft. Soft. Now, if they come out there and play the way that they are capable of playing, they should beat this Florida team. They should. Biscuit says I'm making huge assumptions. What do you mean by that, sir? About them being soft? They played soft in the last game. I just think that if they lose this game, it may start a seed. And that seed may continue to grow. All right, let's see what we got here. We'll bring you guys in here. Sam says there's a difference between predictions and assumptions. Oh, okay. Yeah, look. I don't predict that they're going to lose. I had them in my pick 'em. I think they're going to win. But I'm just saying, in the end, if they don't, the way that people will look at your program is going to be skewed a good bit. And the same people that were talking about Josh Heupel's great, Josh Heupel's this, Josh Heupel's that, and some of us, including myself, I'll raise my hand on this. If Napier walks into there and beats you at home at night, I'm going to have to do my moonwalk and be like, maybe this motherfucker knows what he's doing. So there's a lot at stake tomorrow night. A lot. And once again, I think Tennessee should win. You have everything that's there to win. But if you don't, fear, you need to fear the rash of hate that's going to come your way. Because we've been built on, and lots of people have been dropping things here. Tennessee this, Tennessee that, Tennessee's great, Tennessee's blah, blah, blah. That's fine. All that goes out the window if you lose tomorrow night. So there's there. Biscuit doesn't agree with me, and that's fine. He says, I don't agree Tennessee is soft. They seem pretty physical to me, more physical than in recent years. Well, when your quarterback runs out of bounds on 4th down at the end of the game and gets pushed backwards and doesn't throw the ball into the end zone, that is soft, sir. That is soft. Soft, soft, soft. And once again, we can agree to disagree. Austin says, nothing said was Vol haterish. That was a very good breakdown of both programs. Problem is, people only hear what they want. You're right. You're right. There'll be dum-dums that'll call in here on Sunday night when we do our live show. And they will tell me point blank that I said that Tennessee was going to lose and blah, blah, blah. And I never said that. They have the capabilities of being a top 10 team. They really do. But someone needs to tell them, cut your quarterback loose and stop trying to rely on your defense. Not that your defense is not good. Let your quarterback play. Let him go. See what this motherfucker can do. See what this skinny man can do out there. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that one there. There was another, the Oregon-Ohio State matchup. You know, Ryan Day has lost 15 games in his entire career at Ohio State, but they want him fired if he loses. It's crazy up there. It's a big game for him, but it's also a big game for Dan Lanning up there. Lanning was trying to make Oregon the Georgia of the West. I mean, that's kind of the vibe that I get from them. Their quarterback, threw 2 picks last week against Michigan State. Can't do that. Can't do that. Period. Just can't. If he does that against Ohio State, they're going to either 2 picks in the end zone. Write that down. 2 picks in the damn end zone. He does that against Ohio State, he's going to get trounced. Absolutely trounced. Tomorrow at 3:30, one of my games that I really like, Southern Cal is playing Penn State. Penn State's ranked 4th in the country. They're like a 3-point favorite. I'm taking Southern Cal at home. Taking Southern Cal at home tomorrow. It's just a feeling that I've got. And it seems like every October, Penn State gets their head kicked in at least once. So, yeah, give me Southern Cal to win outright, but I'll take the 3.5, 4 points, whatever it is. So take a good peek at that. What was the other one here? My other lock that I had. Let's see here. I like Clemson. I like Clemson to cover the 20.5. I also like Mizzou to cover the 27 on the road. Bear with me on this one. Mizzou hasn't looked really good, but UMass is terrible. Like, why in the hell is Mizzou playing at UMass? By the way, if you want to go, You probably spent more money on your lunch. $6 to go watch Mizzou and UMass. There's that. I like Mizzou to cover the 27 there. There was one other game that I liked for my locks of the week. Oh, LSU. LSU. I think LSU wins tomorrow night. Yep, write that down. LSU wins on the road or wins at home. Night game. They're going to massacre Jackson Dart down there. I think that's going to happen. Jackpot's buying what I'm selling. Mizzou runs it up against terrible teams. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And UMass is terrible. Terrible. All right, I'll put the link over here if you'd like to join the show. Jackpot's on his way to Alabama, if I remember correctly. He said they were leaving about lunchtime. We'll hopefully Jackpot has a nice safe trip there. By the way, Mississippi State, Ole Miss is favored by 3.5 in that game. I'll take LSU plus 3.5 in the Bayou. Are you serious? Get the hell out of here. Sam wants to know if I like Vandy or Kentucky. What's the spread on that game? See, I think everybody's taking – that one's the hardest one to match up for me because Kentucky is two-faced. Vandy has been a covering machine, though. So I'd probably take Kentucky to win, Vanderbilt to cover. There was some stat, I think Jackpot told us the other night. Like, he's been like a 21-point dog 3 different times, and he's covered all 3 times, whether it's at Vanderbilt or at New Mexico State or wherever the hell he came from. So we'll see from there. Harry says that means he won't miss the rush hour in Atlanta. Now, Jackpot's going to go down there near Old Turner Field back to the side of the pissing and show his son where he pissed on the side of the road. And that lady said, "What is that?" He said, "A button on a fur coat, woman." Something along those lines. Anyway, the link if you guys want to join us. Jackpot, update us on where you are. Are you in Atlanta? We have a Jackpot tracker. He's cruising his way down there. Oh, he's stuck in Atlanta right now. Poor Jackpot. Damn it. So anyway. Yeah, so that was my locks right there. I've got LSU, Mizzou, Clemson, and Southern Cal. Those are my 4 locks. This Jackpot says this place is a shithole. Very true, Jackpot. Very true. Let me give you a little word of advice there, Jackpot. I think a lot of people will agree with me. Do not stop for gas till you get out of that fucking shithole. Let's just be honest. Harry, welcome to the show, sir.
How are you today, Rob?
I'm outstanding. I'm taking the wife. We're going out to some fancy dinner thing tonight.
Cool.
Ready to go take her ass to dinner. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, I took mine to breakfast this morning, and she's been a nervous wreck all day. The woman, her company closed shop here in Atlanta back in January, right after the holiday. I think the second week of January. They just she walked into work. They said, "Box your shit up. We're done here." And went 5 months with no interviews, no prospects, no anything. Yeah. And then got a phone call out of the blue, and got back into her profession,
industry. Yeah.
And yesterday got another phone call out of the blue from another old workmate, and she's at an interview now. So we'll see if she stays or will she go. If they come up with the dough, I imagine she's going to go.
Yeah.
But
it's so weird. Like when you're looking for a job, like it seems like, you're putting in applications and blah, blah, blah. But then after you have a job, you get job in, like people are like, "Hey, you want to come work for me?" No, I got a job, man. What the hell are we talking about here?
Yeah,
I've had more like lunches and shit with people after I've had a job where they've tried to convince me to quit the job that I have now than back when iHeart eliminated all my positions here in Columbia and I couldn't get an interview for shit, you know? And it's like, mate, wait, we just talked like 3 months ago and you were like, well, I don't have a position now. It's like, what are we doing here, you know? Silly, man. The job market's stupid right now.
Well, it's just kind of strange. I mean, she's been in the transportation industry for 30 years. And you're 60 years old and you lose your job, man, you know, you start sweating bullets immediately because it's very difficult anyway. But got my fingers crossed here. We'll see what happens today. But on to football. Those three pretty lopsided games last night. And probably gonna. I don't think tonight's lineup is all that good. If I remember right.
Yeah, I want to thank Coastal for making me look like a dickhead by not getting anywhere remotely close to covering against James Madison. Fuck those guys.
I saw the halftime score. I said, "Holy manetti!"
29-7 at the half, and I'm like, "What the fuck is going on here? What a mess!"
It went sideways on them in a heartbeat there.
After
they pulled that upset last week. See, so
well,
figure that.
I'm not asking for an upset. Just cover the damn spread. I'm not asking for a lot. Just get within 8 points or less. We're good.
You know, the game that's got me in a knot that I can't seem to reconcile, but I went ahead and made a choice. Is Ole Miss at LSU?
Yeah. Well, why? Well, let me ask you this, and just being completely, I'm not trying to mock here, but why would anyone pick Ole Miss to win at LSU?
2 reasons.
Sure.
One, it's been a while. Number 2, LSU has essentially no running attack, and their defense is still mids, if that good, at best. Nussmeier, he can throw the ball around the block, but still, if you cannot present some kind of running game, you're not going to survive a close one. And
they're next to last in the conference at 131 yards a game on the ground, but for passing, they're second in the conference, 337, right behind Ole Miss. So yeah, I'm buying what you're putting down there. You got to be able to run the football. But
yeah, I like the underdog. I like them as the underdog, and we'll see based on my history.
Well, no, okay, yeah. I mean, LSU's the underdog here. They're getting 3.5 at home.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. No, I'm serious. I'm looking at the line right now. Ole Miss minus 3.5. LSU is getting 3.5 points at 7:30 on a Saturday night in Baton Rouge. You've watched a lot of football, sir. Do you ever think you'd see that? Harry's checking me. Harry? Yes, Austin, I am Rob in Columbia. There you go.
Now
I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know what happened to you, bud. You dropped out there.
I went to look at my picks, and you do have Ole Miss as a 2.5 point dog.
Well, that's how it started, but they're up to a 3.5 point favorite now.
Well, I got let's say that I got in while the getting was good.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, hell, I haven't done that well this year, so
yeah. I wonder how many times that. Not that it matters, but I like looking at when the last time they won at LSU. LSU has a 23-game lead in the series. Let's see here. Ole Miss's last win in Baton Rouge was in 2008. They won 31-13 in 2008.
Good Lord.
Yep, that's the last time they won in Baton Rouge. LSU's won since 2014. They've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They've won 7 out of the last 10 in the series.
Yep, they've won.
Yeah. They have. Although Ole Miss did beat them last year in Oxford. But
Well, I mean,
yeah.
there's been a lot of firsts already this season with teams that we never saw coming. I just kind of got the feeling that we're going to see some more of that every week. I just don't know who it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect that to occur at the Red River Shootout, though.
On paper, Texas should dog walk them. But, I mean, Oklahoma has the worst offense in the conference. Their offense is worse than Mississippi State. Wrap your head around that for a second.
That's who we play.
Yards per game, they are dead last in the conference. I mean, I don't know. Looking on the defensive side of the ball, they're in the lower third there, giving up 324 yards a game. But on offense, they're terrible.
And that's why their defense is not done any better, because they can't get them off the field.
That could be true. So
that time of possession, that's where you can see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Oklahoma has not done a good job of possessing the football. Now let's
play a quick game here. On offense, as far as total yards per game, who do you think leads the conference as of right now in yards per game?
I'm just guessing here.
Mm-hmm.
Not Texas.
No, it's Ole Miss. Ole Miss leads at 576 a game. Tennessee's at 519, 513 for Texas. But number 4 is Arkansas.
Yeah, they were in the top 13 last week. Now, I remember that.
They're a solid program as far as offensively goes. They rushing, and they do it with running the football too. On the rushing side of the ball, they do. Where's Arkansas at? They run for almost 200 yards a game. I mean, they run for almost 200 and pass for almost 300. That's pretty damn good. That's a pretty good split there.
Well, Arkansas's looked pretty good as a team.
I mean they've looked a lot better than I thought they were going to look. I thought they were going to finish 4-8.
Yeah.
Moonwalked that one back.
That old motorcycle wrecking dude got that offense humming pretty good.
Bobby Petrino's got him running pretty good there, man. He does. Yeah, you're right about that. So he's done some things, man. You got to give him credit on that.
Y'all should have an easy day tomorrow.
Yeah, Clemson's gonna be fine tomorrow, man. They don't have issues tomorrow. I mean, they do so well with Wake Forest. The linebackers will take care of it for Clemson tomorrow. They'll be just fine. The Wake Forest defense is shitty. Shitty. I was looking at that today. Let's see here. So on the defensive side of the ball and yards per game, which I know is a silly thing to look at, but Wake Forest is the worst in the conference. They give up 460 yards a game.
Yikes.
Tomorrow's going to be the Cade Klubnik show.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it really is. I mean, he'll be able to run around and do all that crazy shit he wants to do.
They should let him do it. They should let him do it. Hell, you're winning ball games.
Yeah,
whatever.
Why not? Yeah.
You know.
On the offensive side of the ball, see, normally Wake Forest does a little bit better with that slow mesh offense that they've got. But on the offensive side of the ball, Wake Forest is – where are they at? They're near the bottom. They're actually like 8th in the conference, 431 through per game.
And most of his offense left in the offseason. So.
Well, I mean, their coach up there, Clawson, always gets a couple of guys that people overlook, and he turns them into good players. I mean, Greg Dortch was just a problem for a lot of programs to cover, and Got some other guys that are playing on NFL rosters right now that, I played at Wake Forest. What? Played at Wake what? Yeah. It's kind of how people look at it, but
yep. Who is NC State hosting tomorrow?
NC State has, I want to say, is it the Tree? Hold on, we'll check. I'm looking right now. It's not the Tree. It's NC State has Syracuse. Yeah.
Could we see Dave Dorn tote another knot on that head tomorrow? Syracuse has been hot.
Syracuse can beat them. They're a 3-point favorite. I think they should. McCord, their quarterback, has been solid. He's thrown for almost 2,000 yards, 17 touchdowns. So
yeah, I've watched him a time. He's fit in well. Of course, Syracuse didn't have anything when Fran took over anyway. But
someone asked who Florida State loses to tomorrow, sir. I guarantee you, Florida State will not lose tomorrow because they don't play. So yeah, that's my lock. Florida State will not lose tomorrow, guaranteed. The ACC's got shitty matchups across the board tomorrow. The Syracuse NC State one should be decent. Louisville's kind of playing for their ACC championship life. If they don't beat Virginia, they have 3 losses and they're pretty much done.
Virginia been
Georgia's 4. I mean, I'm sorry, Virginia's 4-1.
Yeah,
or 2-0 in conference play. So yeah, 3:30 kick tomorrow.
That could be
the Cal defense is pretty good. They're playing against Pitt tomorrow. That might be some fun too. But Georgia Tech and North Carolina that's going to be Georgia Tech's a 4-point favorite on the road. Easy. I'd take the over in that game because I think either team's going to do well tomorrow. Defense for both of them are pretty shitty. See here, Georgia Tech's offense is 434, 449 for offense for North Carolina. Defensively, Georgia Tech gives up. They're 3rd in the conference. That's not bad, but North Carolina's down at the bottom.
Yeah,
just ahead of Florida State and Wake.
Yeah, they got Florida State next head coach coaching their defense.
Biscuit's putting something out there that I never thought that I would say. Kentucky and Vanderbilt is a very interesting game. He's right.
It is one of the better matchups, right. I think.
I mean, you got the Red River Shootout or whatever the hell it's called. We have that one, but then after that, you've got.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm talking about just an SEC play. I mean, the Ole Miss LSU game. I mean, but then Vanderbilt Kentucky is interesting, to say the least. So we'll see how that works out.
All right, I'll let you go for now, and y'all have a great weekend. Enjoy your dinner tonight.
Yeah, appreciate it, buddy. You have a good day. All right, we'll see you later on. Harry joining the program. Always nice to have the gentleman from Georgia joining us here as Jackpot is stuck in Atlanta traffic. Bless Jackpot's heart as he is heading to Alabama. He's going to go down there and see if he can will his Gamecocks to not get blown out by 21 points. Poor Jackpot. Poor Jackpot. Austin says the wife's a Clemson fan. Tickets only $32 each. Noon game might do it. Just want to make it home for the Gator game. Yeah. Jackpot also with another comment as he is in traffic. I wonder if Jackpot's making his kid drive. That's what I would do. Pavia has been getting a ton of pub and NIL deals this week. He may not be focused. Well, let that young man get his bank, sir. All right. Well, there you go. There's my locks for the week. I like the ones I told you about. I like LSU getting 3.5 at home. I like Mizzou covering the 27 on the road. I like Southern Cal winning. And I don't remember what the fourth one was that I said. Oh, and Clemson. Clemson. There you go. That's what I got. Sam says Pavia is going to cook Kentucky and South Carolina. He might. All right, guys. I appreciate you as always. For For those in Columbia, I'll be on WVOC tomorrow, 103.5 FM, 560 AM. If you're driving around and you want to hear our coverage of the Gamecocks, I do pre and post game. Feel free to check us out there. Jackpot and I'll be back at it on Sunday night. Make sure you check out that show. And whatever Jackpot puts out, I mean, Jackpot runs into some cool things when he's out and about. I don't know what he's going to put out. We haven't talked about it. He'll put out some cool stuff as he is up and down the road heading to Alabama. All right. As always, appreciate you guys. We'll see you later on.